welcome to today's video. As you can see, this was actually filmed after I finished the door frame. But so when we bought the bus, I could see the signs of the rust in the door frame, and I was pretty hesitant in actually touching it because I knew it'd be hard to recreate the curve of the door, which it turned out to be pretty hard. And mainly because I don't have any proper tools, like any bending tools or anything. So what I did was just cut it into smaller sections and try and follow the curve that way, which is it's not a really extreme curve anyway, so it was fine, and I think I managed to do a pretty good job. There are still some things I would like to change about it, but yeah. So when I did start the demo, it was kind of, it wasn't really planned. So I was doing the demo for the floor, and then it sort of led into the door frame, and then next minute I was cutting the door frame out. So then after I'd done that, it probably took me a couple of months to actually get back to doing it and figuring out what I was going to replace it with. And I needed something that was actually had a bit of width to it to come out to meet the door, which I think I've actually ended up having to extend this, because what I used was 30 by 30 angle iron, and I extended this side out a little bit further as well. But yeah, it's turned out okay. Hopefully you enjoy it. This is me removing the old material around the door, and because I wasn't going to finish the seal for a while, I treated the rust and painted the frame. Now the piece of metal sticking out is what I use as a temporary door catch. It took a lot of trial and error to do this. What really helped was clamping the pieces to the door and then welding them to match the curve. Once I had the left side done, I closed the door and used a spacer against it to allow for the seal thickness and welded the angle iron to the frame. For the new door catch, I cut a slight U-shaped piece of old scrap material to position the door where the seal would contact the best. So I have this Septone car filler. I'm just going to try a bit down the bottom because I've never actually used the body filler or anything before. So I just got this scrap bit of metal. I'm going to mix it on. And I've got some utility scrapers / filler scraper things. I'm just going to try a little bit and try and get used to it first before I try and do it all. It says workable time is like 5 to 6 minutes, and it sets in 20. So I don't want to actually I won't be able to do all of it in 5 and 6 minutes, so I have to do sections anyways. So we'll see how we go. That's the hardener, apparently. And you mix 1 part hardener to 50 parts of this. But I watched a video and he didn't really seem to do it all that accurately. He just squirted some out to mix it together. See, as I get to the last bit of this mixture, it becomes crumbly, and I think that's because I added too much hardener and didn't apply it fast enough. I later overcorrect this mixture and then don't use enough hardener and it doesn't set at all. So a bit of bad news, this side here is still very good. So I don't know if there's any saving it, but I was thinking of just like pulling some off and mixing it with some more hardener and making a bit of a paste, and just to fill this like big gap in here. And I'm probably just easier just to do it with my fingers, I guess, so it might get a bit messy. But we'll see how it goes. I did manage to save it, which really surprised me, but you can tell by the grey colour I didn't add enough hardener to start with. First coat has now set, and all I'm going to do is give it a light sand and wipe it down with Metho so I can give it another coat. So this is what we have right now. Pretty much done, but I think I'll do another coat just to like make it all nice and flush. And some of it's sort of dodgy as well, so paint might look good. Like this here sort of stuff. So one thing I haven't mentioned is this door catch. So it's a requirement that the door should be able to, like, if the wind blows it shut on the side of the road, the door will stay shut without using a lock.